Howdy. I thought I would maybe show you what the process is like when I try and learn a new cover song. So I'm looking at the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. I looked at it briefly, and I don't think this will take too long, but I just wanted to show you kind of how I go through learning a new song. So first I'm just going to learn the basic melody. And this song has one sharp, and so it is in G major. And a lot of the popular songs are in a major key, and so I have a E major pan here. But this song is in G major, so in order to get it in E major, basically all I'm going to do is in my head remember that wherever the G line is, since this is G major, where the G is going to be my E. So that's gonna, since I'm an E major, where the G line is my E, and then I'm just gonna go up from the E or down from the E, or the G line in this case. So yeah, whenever I'm looking at a different key than E major, I'm just taking whatever key it's in and just remembering that instead of G major, I'm an E major. So the G line is going to be my root. That's going to be my E. So that's my one note. So here we go. I'm just going to start with, I'm not going to worry about this beginning part right here. I usually just kind of start where the main melody is. So here's where the first verse is, starting with my B. This is a big jump right here. Sometimes it can be easier just to kind of count it out. So you could go from here and then go up to next one. That's my next line there. Space, line at the top. And then we got one note above the line. And then this would be that line. Underneath this note would be my F sharp, so that note is going to be my G sharp. So it's an octave up from this one, so it's going to go. And then the next part. And then it repeats that. So now when I repeat it, I'm going to try and add just a little bit of accompaniment. And basically what I usually do for accompaniment on songs in a major key, a lot of the times what sounds good is accompanying it with the major chord, which would be 1, 3, 5. So that's my 1, 3, 5 note. That's my E, because I'm an E major. G sharp is my 3, and B is my 5. What does that mean? 1 is my E, 2 is my F sharp, 3 is my G sharp, 4 is my A, and 5 is my B. So in the E major scale, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 3, 5 is the major chord. So I'll usually just do variations of the major chord. My left hand, a lot of the times, will kind of keep the rhythm. So I could go 1, 5, 3, or I could go 1, 3, 5. But a lot of the times I'm going 1, 5, 3, 5, 1, 5, 3. So I'm just going to do that for now and see kind of what that sounds like. Starting over. I switched to my F sharp here to accompany this D sharp, because a lot of the times my F sharp is going to sound good to accompany my D sharp and my F sharp, and my E and G sharp are going to sound good with my G sharp and my E. So we were, I think you'll understand. Big jump. Coming down here to this little part. I guess it would be the B part. Just going to repeat the same verse as earlier. Big jump. So whenever I make a mistake, I always try and go back and do it the right way, because when we're building the neural pathways in our brain and getting the muscle memory, you're building these little myelin on the axon sheaths in our neurons. It's going to be a lot more effective if we actually go back and try and fix it the right way. So it's okay if you go back. I always go back and try and fix it when I'm learning it, because you want to learn it the right way and not have to go back, because it's going to take longer to have to go back and try to fix learning it the wrong way. So I'm at, I want to. That's pretty much all I have here in this book. So now I'm going to listen to the song just to see what it sounds like, because it's going to really help to listen to it to familiarize myself with the tempo and anything extra I can add to it to kind of bring it to life. So I'm going to listen to it on headphones so I don't get a copyright. listening to it. A lot of times I'll just try and play along with it just to try and see if I can keep the same tempo. I realized I was playing it a lot slower than the original. So it starts off with a little guitar part that's like, so I think that's most of what the song has in it. Now what I'll do here is I'll just practice this over and over for the next couple days, off and on. You know, just every once in a while, maybe a couple times a day. I might practice it one more time tonight, and then I'll probably practice it in the morning, and then maybe tomorrow afternoon or evening. And just over the next few days, as I practice it more and more, I'm gonna build the muscle memory, and it's just gonna get easier and easier. I won't have to look at the book anymore. I'll listen to the song some more, and I'll try and play along with the song to match the tempo and everything up with it. I might add some little bit more accompaniment, but that's pretty much the gist of it. I just basically take whatever key it's in. I think of its root, or if whatever it's in G major, F major, D major, and then whatever that root note is, I change it to E. So I just, like this one's G major. Okay, now it's going to be E major. Wherever the G note is, the G line, that's my E. And then I base everything off of that. I learn the basic melody to begin with. And then after I learn the melody, I add some accompaniment. I listen to the song to try and match the tempo. And then I just practice it a bunch to get the muscle memory. And probably in like a week, I'll have this song pretty much down to where I won't have to think about it anymore. And one thing that I've noticed is as I learn a song, I'll start to like dream about it and think about it and visualize it more. So I've found out that once I start actually dreaming and like visualizing it in my head when I close my eyes where all the note placement is, like when I listen to the song, that's when I pretty much have it down in my muscle memory. So I hope that some of this helped. I just wanted to give you some insight into how I learned the cover songs. So this was just a little example of I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll try to get some more tutorials up. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. And keep spreading that peace and love.